Yeah, it gets a little heavy sometimes. This whole situation gets a little heavy sometimes.
Good morning.
Morning, Teresa.
How are ya?
Okay.
That's good. Good at donkeys.
I dream that I'm able-bodied all the time, and when I wake up, I'm not. So it's like reliving the horror of losing it all over and over and over again. But you get used to it.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
I got trivia for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You got Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers?
Yeah.
Sometimes I describe to people life in a wheelchair, paralyzed. It's kind of like looking at the world through a video screen because you don't feel exactly everything.
Listen to me and what I say just for a moment. You think you're gonna make a play, but I got news for you. You think I believe and can't leave, but I'd like to clarify. You think lies get you by, mess with me and you're gonna cry.
12 years ago, I'd been riding my dirt bike in the woods alone. The forks of the bike collapsed, throwing me into the ground, crushing my spine. I lost total function of my body from the neck down.
You need a whole lot of loving.
The worst part of being a quadriplegic is having to depend on everyone for almost everything.
But I love you true and through.
When I moved out of my folks' house and moved into my own apartment, life started changing a lot.
Hey, how you doing? Good, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, I'm his other half.
Yeah, how are you?
Nice to see you.
I've always had an affinity for bikers. The open road, the wind in your hair, the freedom to travel. I think that's one of the things I miss most. Just the freedom to travel, to see America.
Paul Scherdell is our friend from Rutland. He's a quadriplegic. He was hurt in a motorcycle accident about 11 years ago. So he wants to go out and see the countryside.
You guys know him personally?
We met him a year ago today.
1 year ago
at
today.
the fireworks, and that's where we're going to have our little reunion tonight. Sell some hot dogs to some of these people and raise some money for them.
There's so many things I thought I'd never do and see after I broke my neck. Going cross country was kind of a crazy idea, and I thought to myself, well, hell, I want to prove to myself I can do it.
Go the distance is kind of a metaphor, you know, going the distance. We're going all the way west to the West Coast. I'd never been more west than New York. And after my accident, I was injured in a motorcycle accident in 1987. I never really thought I would travel any further than Massachusetts, you know, or New York.
So, you know, this is going to be an awful lot of work. I mean, you're going to be doing all the personal care. And could you tell me a little bit about that?
Jeff Turner and I go way back. We've been friends ever since high school. Jeff enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1987. A few months later, I had my accident. We kept in touch even while he was in the Mideast during the Gulf War.
We got triptychs, we got AAAs, KOAs, we got everything from everybody, you know. And I think we're going to at least see probably 2 or 3 of the 7 wonders of the world, you know. So.
Right.
What are you all doing here?
By the time I was 21, I really had my act together. I was doing carpentry at that time, and I really knew exactly where I was going in life. I knew how to get there. I was really confident. I was very strong, mentally and physically. And then I got in my accident and basically felt like I became an infant again.
He had just lost his brother too, shortly before his accident. So he had a lot. We all had a lot to deal with.
Right.
Never mind, never mind, never mind. Come on, we don't have time for this.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Hold it.
We had all been through some tough times over the years, especially my mom and dad. They were all as anxious as I was the day we left.
And anything you're missing, you know, you just take note of it and stop at the nearest Walmart.
That's true. That's right. I think we got everything. I mean, we're over-accessorized, I think, just for a camping trip, you know?
It's going to take you 4 hours to pack and unpack.
I had to plan for every possible obstacle, from health problems to van problems. The position of my chair in the van doesn't leave me with much room to see. I also couldn't communicate with Jeff very well because he'd be way in the back. So we managed to figure a way to tie the chair forward in the cab. It wasn't perfect, but it was better.
My boy! I said, you wouldn't even know we were there. But if you needed us in an emergency. Oh, they'll be fine. They'll do just fine. Hey, wrong way!
I was trying my hardest to be confident the day we left. Of course, I was excited, but I was ready. I just hoped Jeff was as ready as I was. Our plan was to drive the 400 miles from Worcester, Mass. to Niagara Falls on the first day.
Oh, look at this. The water's moving. All right, man. You put me down.
Wow.
Am I ahead far enough?
You are ahead far enough.
Okay.
You want to try to
get down
you
there?
want to attempt to go down it? Go down
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I'll play back.
It's okay, Jeff. This is pretty intense, huh?
Wicked intense.
I didn't expect it to be. I thought there was gonna be one place. It's like one place to pull over.
Oh, look how fast that's going. Oh yeah.
That's as far as I go.
No, it ain't. I'm gonna get way down there and get some shots.
Sure. Awesome.
Now let's put some things together. Engines on boat stop, plus Upper Niagara River means... Yeah, over the falls.
Hey, how many people do you think go over that thing every year? Just like us sitting here and go, okay, jump in, right over the falls. Instant death. Instant violent pummeling.
Look at that. Look at the other side of it.
Yeah, instant violent
pummeling. You drown before you go down.
No shit. You gonna make it up the hill, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm
should
fine.
I have to carry you? Have another cigarette.
Niagara Falls was really beautiful. I was amazed at the accessibility and how pristine it was. The trails went along the river for about 2 miles. Nice paved trails for wheelchairs.
Oh, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
I sleep all night and I work all day.
Oh, he's a lumberjack and he's okay.
I remember when I first had my injury, going out in public was kind of an embarrassing thing. I didn't like the way I looked, and I thought people were looking at me.
I'm like, wow, this guy's talented.
You gotcha, huh?
After a while, you realize that people will be people, and, you know, most of the time they're just curious.
But for real, as long as you believe in your heart, you can do it.
Yeah.
As long as you believe.
That's what started it all.
Day in and day out. Just like you sitting in that chair and you walking down this path, you pray that man upstairs, he's going to provide you a way. He's going to do it. And I'm very proud of you.
Thanks,
I'm proud because you ain't gave up.
I agree.
Yeah, see, we ain't tell you that you haven't already acquired, man.
Yeah, that's why I keep on scope of the positive.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all.
You got plenty of positive in your heart.
Hey, I choose to live because I haven't had enough women yet.
Oh, see, he's got a lot of sexual motivation.
Yeah, well, like I say, Hey,
let me tell you, over the past 4 years, he's had more girlfriends than I have. And all of them are bad.
Go ahead on, bro.
Well,
come down to North Carolina. I'm gonna put some more in your stable. Come on down to North Carolina. I add some more to your stable.
This is kind of a workout, I'll tell you. Keep this melon up. There you go. Just hang a sling from a tree. Just call me Whitey.
When I was lying in a hospital bed in Boston 12 years earlier, I never thought I would ever be able to see anything, you know, anything close to what I was going to be experiencing on this trip.
Dude, this is awesome. You feel like you're walking back in time here, or what?
Yeah.
I love this. I love old forts. I haven't been to one since I was a kid, you know. Quick, barricade the doors!
Don't turn that. I think I just broke that wheel. That's what I did.
You know, if I wasn't in this chair, I would love to live back in the 1700s in this. Even if I had to fight a war, you know. I must have just been a wild back then.
Told you we should have put struts in that thing before we left.
Oh, man. So high. Look at this. So high. What do you think, man? Is this a sign that we're destined to make it through this trip okay?
Think we ain't?
Or we're getting close to heaven?
We're a few days closer, you mean?
Oh, Lord. Oh, not yet. We gotta finish this first. Finish this trip. We're definitely finishing this trip.
Oh, I know that.
All the way back to Massachusetts.
I know
Nice
that.
and safe and sound.
Oh, I know that. I got your back.
Oh, I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about me.
You'll stay sane.
I tell you.
You'll stay healthy, too.
We're playing on it. Counting on it.
I'm not an extremely religious person, but I am very spiritual. I feel very close to God in my own way. And seeing that cross that day really instilled some of that positive feeling that we were going to be okay and that God was with us and this trip was going to be something special and it was going to be very good for the both of us. We returned to the campground that evening for our first interesting encounter. Magnet Man. He was a corrections officer that sold healing magnets on the side. According to him, they could heal you and make you stronger simply by wearing them close to the skin.
Hold this up strong for me. Okay, are you ready? Okay, great. Now, if I just put my hand inside your space, okay? Now hold this up arm strong for me. Are you ready? Here goes. You cannot.
You know, I check it out.
After an hour or so, he had me convinced.
Okay, tell me about
That's
what
cool.
you have.
Oh, well, I get a C3 spinal cord break, so I don't know how much you're doing for
Spinal
that.
cord break, or
Yeah.
So it's just plain
So
severed
it was
the whole
crushed,
cord?
actually.
Crushed it.
Same damage as severed. I mean, it's nothing. You know,
Now,
it's
is there any possibility of rehab at all?
well, they're working on nerve regeneration quite a bit. You know, they have
Yes,
been.
I've heard about
They have been for the last 15 years or so. And
Well, I'm going to show you this first. See, if I get this close to that, it actually makes this come on.
Yeah.
But if you bring it back here, it doesn't have any effect unless I move very rapidly.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this right here for just a second. And I'm going to... So what I'm doing, I'm creating a magnetic field that's going right through your arm.
oh wow.
Okay? If I can do this just for a second right here,
Yep.
guess what?
That's wild.
That's the densest part of the body.
And that
Okay,
just-
now I ask you to lean forward just a little bit. I know you can have too much room. I'm just going to do this, and guess what? Can you see it? You all right? Am I hurting you?
No.
Okay, so you see that? It goes all the way through the whole body.
Wow.
Doug?
I couldn't figure out. He was a corrections officer, right?
He's a corrections officer, but what he does, he sells them magnets.
He was a correction officer / salesman. He's a damn good salesman. I'll have to give him that. The guy could give a demonstration.
I overheard something, like him saying, who made over a couple $2 billion? The whole company or him? I was like, well, hey, how about a donation?
Well, Niagara was over, and now it was time to go to Chicago and then off to the Midwest, to Sturgis in the deserts, the Dakotas.
We might want to go to 94, take 94 north. As soon as we get outside of Chicago, go north of Chicago, look for 94 north.
Whoa, look at that fire coming out of that.
It's an oil refiner. That's the way all the oil refineries look like in the...
Desert Storm. Did you see a lot of oil fires?
From the distance we saw the oil fires. I mean, we got through Kuwait.
Mostly the smoke.
We could see the fires because we're the engineers. The grunts were up closer. We just saw a lot of smoke. I mean, you could see them in the distance at nighttime, but during the day you couldn't see a damn thing. It was like night and day, you know?
Yeah, right. Because it was all. You know, I think we're gonna feel the effects of that. Now people wonder about the weather and shit. Can you imagine how much pollution that was?
Oh man.
How much raw fuel was burnt?
I mean, it screwed up the weather so bad over there. It made they've never had tornadoes or twisters over there. You know, they have these little sand devils, but they've never had a tornado, full-fledged tornado. They had one right down in Al Jabal. We were right down.
When Jeff was in the Marine Corps, I used to write these letters. Every once in a while, I wrote him a letter about what was going on back in home, and that was a very bad time for me. And I think maybe the letters might have disturbed him a little because we were pretty close friends. And when I heard about the Gulf War, I was a little worried because I thought I was going to lose him too. You know, I had lost so much. We had planned on doing a lot of camping during the trip. As it turned out, we only camped a couple of times. Unfortunately, we got stuck in motels most of it because it just took a little too long to find a campground, set up camp, tear down camp, all along, trying to take care of all my needs. It was just a little too much for Jeff.
Kind of steep in the price, though. We have to budget a little more than that.
Well, I don't think, you know, you're going to find too many other places around that are going to be under $80 a night.
I saw all those signs on the highway.
Unless you go to, like, that little motel or shack on the side of the road, I guarantee you'll pay $50 a night for that.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you drop a sheepskin? Or... We're on South 61, I was just telling you. Up by the sun.
And? Can we just swallow your pride and let me do what I think we should do? Like, turn around and go back the way we came in and go the way I think we came in? Or I know we came in?
Yeah, whatever, man.
You know, just
you
to
want.
save headache and fucking hassle. Keep looking at the damn map. I know where we're going.
guys see me, I'm all over the road. You know, I'm just doing stuff like that, like cleaning his nose even while I'm driving, giving him sips of water even while I'm driving. I mean, sips of water ain't nothing. But, you know, cleaning his nose is tough. Just doing the little things even while I'm driving, it's just hectic. And then when we've gotten through Chicago, especially with that traffic, Jesus, right at rush hour.
And the next thing you know, you'll be seeing me dragging a fucking bikey across the country on Route 90.
I would never jeopardize that. That's why I wait for opportune times. So I'll sit here with snot hanging out of my nose for 20 minutes at a time until it's clear, you know what I mean? Yeah. See, you don't know that because I don't ask you when it happens. Like I could have it hanging out of my nose right now and I'm not saying anything. Right. Or my finger could be tucked up under my right hand right now and I won't say anything. Just because I might think I might be able to have a spasm and correct it myself. If I can do anything to prevent me having to open my mouth one more time to ask for one more thing, I do it.
We didn't expect the weather that we were going to have. It was very hot, and that complicated things. I was constantly sweating, and my nose was constantly dripping, and so there was all these extra things he had to do while he was driving. And
I need more breaks in between things, you know. It's like it's a constant attentive thing where I'm constantly at his beckoning call 24/7.
I just, you know, another reason why I'm mad about all this stuff is, you know, there's a slight possibility, Jeff, that someday there'll be a cure. And if I'm all screwed up, then I don't have a chance. I mean, already, just because of how I kind of abused myself in the first few years.
I've had two incredibly vivid dreams of my dead brother, where it was more of a visit than a dream. All of a sudden he appeared in front of me and he looked great. He looked just like just like I remembered him. It was a special thing. I know that he's looking down on me.
Bag on it. Come over this way. Okay. You good. All right. You almost went too far.
I know. That's why I was saying that. Wow.
Is that awesome? What a sight right here.
Too much.
Beautiful. You got a Winnebago in the way of the sun in the morning.
Step right on the sharp rock. I'm gonna put my sneakers back on.
Yeah.
This is pure pain. Maybe I can do these tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think I was going to ask you?
Shut up.
You guys going to ask you today? Were you nuts?
Hey, you want this right here?
Yeah, I like you, Jeff.
Stretch all the way across here?
Yeah, I just threw a comb over. See how it looks. This is the way we set up a tent.
Set up a tent, set up a tent.
Here, let me give you a hand. Oh, shit, I forgot.
These are, I think these are just in cases, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
If you break one of these little ones.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't have ends on it, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it gonna, if it's not gonna rain tonight, I'm not gonna put that fly up because you're gonna need the air.
Last weather report I heard there was thunderstorms, but that was in Minnesota.
That was in Iowa.
actually. I think it was in Minnesota. Yeah, that's right. It was Iowa.
One of these bounces up and hit you in the head, I'm sorry.
Okay. If I ever run over your foot and break it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I selected the right tent for this kind of weather, huh?
Yeah. I'm dead right now. I'm dead. I'm beat.
Oh, we need food.
It's a good mile back up there. How far is it up there?
Oh, you can drive. I'm gonna take my chair.
I'll walk.
No. Honestly, I need to be alone.
You do?
Just for a minute, you know. I haven't been since we left. You know, life in the last decade has been quite a journey. I've gone from some real dark days to lighter days to now I think I'm in a point in my life where I genuinely feel happy. But it's all been a journey. And this trip is a journey. And we're not trying to get to one place. It's the journey that we're supposed to enjoy. And just the whole thought of going all these miles, all these places I've never been, is just incredible to me.
My mom had me transfer from Boston University because of the Boston Strangler. She never told me. She didn't tell me until about 5 years ago that was the real reason she claimed, poverty, and then I had to switch colleges. I learned how to ride a motorcycle on Sturo Drive, which is crazy. I mean, that has to be the worst place to...
We arrived at the Badlands and are greeted by 100-degree temperatures and a whole bunch of bikers. Right away, we went sightseeing, both for the incredible land formations of the park and for the impressive variety of bikes. We met some real decent people here, one of which gave me an incredible gift, a ride on a hog. John was a guy from California. He was with his brother-in-law, Dan. They had a Harley specially designed with a sidecar for John. He'd been a quadriplegic for over a decade.
Top flips up on it. What's that go?
I'd like to see it, but
You can throw you no problem real quick.
it's a little warm.
Huh?
A little warm. I'd love to, but I don't know.
Hey, it gets cool in here.
Side ring actually like Wow.
Cool.
Wanna
Slow
jump
them
in?
out.
Yeah, my problem is I don't have elbows to hold me up.
It's all right. We got some chest strap right here. Strap you, no problem.
Honestly, it's see the lateral supports up there? I didn't have my flop right over.
Hey, go for a short ride, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight here. The chair kind of wraps around a little bit. You know, you kind of stay up, no problem. Your legs keep you up. It's no problem, man. You want to ride? There's a place to ride. May I get an opportunity?
I'll take you for a ride.
All right, my buddy can get me in there.
We'll help you.
Go?
Well, I was a little nervous on the transfer because I'm always afraid I'm going to have a muscle spasm and kind of throw myself, and I really don't want to hit the ground from any high distance because I'll break easy.
It's really nice, you guys. I really appreciate this.
I wonder why so much pain. This situation gonna drive me insane. There's so much trouble, I can't clear my head. Gotta stop this feeling of so much dread. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance.
When you first got into the accident, how did you know? I mean, what did you just feel like? Oh my God, what did I do? You couldn't move. Did you know that you were like?
I thought I was dead because I was alone, and I was basically making my peace with my maker and talking to my dead relatives.
Just so
saying,
you
I'm coming to get you.
out.
And then I tried to fall asleep because I knew I was losing my breath and I didn't want to feel suffocating, so I stopped yelling for help because I knew there was nobody around. And it was just making me more nervous, you know, even yelling, so I just tried to relax and fall asleep.
And you tried moving, you couldn't move at all?
No way. I knew exactly what I did as soon as I hit the ground, because you hit your funny bone? Mm-hmm. Well, that's what my whole body felt like, that buzzing, only like times 1,000.
It's almost like when you go through your, how does it feel like when you have your spasms?
I was just dead though. I was just, you know, lying there. I don't think I was moving at all. I'm not sure where my neck was as opposed to my body, you know, my head. But I was face down in the mud, so I couldn't see anything. But so I'm trying to fall asleep. Basically, I'd made my peace by then. I was really angry at myself for taking another person from my family. That was the worst part. I wasn't so afraid of dying. It was just screwing up my family more, you know, with, you know, another death so soon too after Jeff died, you know.
It was what, a year later?
Yeah, well, year and a half, year and a half, at least. But then on the, you know, I was trying to look at the bright side. I was looking forward to seeing him.
I gotta go distance.
It's made my week. That's great to hear. Look at the beautiful scenery, huh?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you get out and just everywhere we go, dude, just awesome out
This, like I said, this is the best ride I've had in 10 years.
Really?
11 years.
It's killer.
Unfortunately, I was having a lot of fun that day. I got hurt, you know?
Yeah, that's a tough thing.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing. Then you got to get over the fear of getting back in again.
Yeah. So you went through all that stuff when you got hurt, huh?
My brother-in-law, yeah, pretty much. He used to live with us, and then we came back from. We were coming back. Me and the wife were coming back from the Caribbean then, and that's when we heard he was in a bad accident.
Oh shit.
So then, he's been, like I said, he's been on his own for the whole time, but it just took about 5 years for him to adjust.
Yep.
Now he's adjusted. He's, like I say, we live life to the fullest.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
We go to the Olympics. I mean, dude, we go everywhere.
That's cool.
We're everywhere.
So I was a little nervous about the transfer getting into the sidecar, but it worked out great.
That was an incredible ride. Yeah. Incredible.
No problems falling over? Stayed up pretty good?
Oh, yeah, I started leaning a bit, but I threw myself over my head.
That's what I do sometimes. I have to find myself like leaning, I'm like, hey, slow down a little bit. I wait for the next corner to help myself out, you know?
See, that's the thing. You get all... It's the anticipation and the fear that's much worse than what actually happens when you finally convince yourself to do something. Whether it's getting out of bed and going out into the world, seeing the public for the first time as a disabled person. It's always the fear is the worst. Once you get there, it's okay. You just gotta get up enough courage to get there. You have to have courage.
That's all I can say is kick ass. It was just,
Really?
it was amazing.
Man. So hey, that wasn't bad, huh? Hey, I told you. That ain't nothing but a thing, right? It's wicked hot. I can't understand how dry it is.
Well, get your head out of it.
But then at nighttime, it was cold.
It was cold. Why do you think they call it Badlands?
No shit.
What a great way to see the Badlands.
Was it cool?
It was incredible.
I mean, the wind, was
coming
it cool
in yesterday
or was it hot?
in the van was really cool because I saw it for the first time. But today, coming through it with that, it was just like, you know, because I don't have the sky in the van. You can't see anything. So I'm looking up, I'm looking over, I'm looking up, I'm looking over again, I'm looking forward. It was great.
Oh, yeah, no shit, huh? It's cool. I was wicked happy. I was, what was that guy's name? Ray? Dan.
Dan.
Tell him Dan. Thanks, man. Because a smile, you cannot replace that smile. I seen you come around.
One of the big reasons I asked Jeff on the trip was I did feel that
He's been through kind of a tough life. He's suffered a lot of ups and downs. So have I. Jeff's faced a lot of pain. I've faced a lot of pain. I thought by doing this trip together, we could find even more happiness out there than we've already found.
We camped for 2 nights in the Badlands and left for the west reluctantly. I'd really like to go back there someday. There was something about it. I can't really say. There was just something about it. Bikes. Bikes, bikes, and more bikes. We must have seen 500,000 bikes by the time we got from New York to Wyoming. We couldn't even find an open hotel, a vacant hotel for 300 miles around.
Did you get a lot of bikers through there?
Oh yeah, we got I'd say a couple thousand this year already.
Really? Well, we just went through the Badlands and through
South Dakota?
South Dakota, yeah. Wow.
That's Sturgis.
Yep.
Yeah.
How big is this town? How far does it go?
Just right down there. It's about 4 blocks long, 4 or 5.
We stayed in Cook City. It was a tiny little prospecting town tucked away in the mountains. It was almost 7,000 feet above sea level.
Well, that's cool. So you can see some of them where the rocks and the dumps. See an outcropping of rocks and stuff up in there.
There's gold in the Mar Hills.
Oh yeah, every one of these creeks around here's got gold.
Okay.
You could pan gold.
You ever do any prospecting or panning?
I did a little, but never had time lately. I wanted to start.
Yeah.
I got a gold pan and everything.
Have you ever found it?
Oh, a little bit of dust.
Really?
Flake gold.
It was kind of place that was stuck in time. We liked it, but I wasn't tolerating the cool, thin air. I didn't stop shivering for as long as it took to cross the mountains. The only easy way to explain it is my thermostat is broken. I don't sweat when I'm supposed to, and I have a hard time warming up, too. I'm used to seeing the Appalachian mountain range. Neither one of us has seen anything as big as these Rockies. We were both very impressed. It's a very spiritual place. Yellowstone National Park. I wanted to see those guys just since I saw them in a book when I was a kid.
They're out there somewhere.
Stairs between me and the Mammoth Geysers. They're right there.
Stairs. After a little cursing and some disappointment, we got back to the van and drove on. But at least we tried. We stayed near the Evel Knievel rocket jump spot at Snake River Canyon.
Hey, what do you say you strap a rocket to my back and I try to take this canyon?
That'll work.
When I got my accident, I was lying face down in the mud, waiting to die. Then I heard some little kids' voices. The ambulance got there. They turned me over, got me out of the woods with a 4-wheel drive ambulance, and then life flighted me to UMass Hospital, to the trauma unit.
Maybe a half hour to an hour after I got there, I stopped breathing. I went on a ventilator. And I didn't breathe again for another 3.5 months.
Could not stop yet, thanks. All right, good. Woo.
Right over there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, huh?
Is that a wicked?
Blue?
Is that blue as a basset
not
or
blue.
what?
That is blue.
Is this Crater Lake?
Nah, it's Duckbill Pond. Want to do it? Let's get to the coast, man. Northern coast. California, here we come. Let's do it.
All right. How's that?
Let's gear up and go. This is like the best route to take, I'll bet. Just think about it, when you're coming through the west of California, like to LA or something, it's nothing but desert. It's just desolate. Here, we went through like how many national parks? Like
363.
This is intense, man. I am like completely freaked out about this. I'm telling you. I'm just like, best natural high I've had in a long time.
I guarantee Crescent City is right on the coast. There's a Best Western there. We're getting some curvy areas here.
Coastal access. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, look at it.
Yes.
No, because I was just about to say, I can smell the sea. It's like really close,
Go around
man.
the other window a little.
Yeah, we're getting real close. It's right there.
Ah, shit. Dude, you came a long way, man. Come on.
Smell that.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't smell like the Atlantic. Oh, it's a...
It is, man.
Put out your friggin' cigarette, man. I got smelling shit. Yeah, there it is, brother. We made it.
Hold on, let's go turn around right there, right there, right over here. Right
Oh,
over here.
yes.
Bang. We're there.
The
Excuse me.
West Coast.
How's that?
This is beautiful.
Oh, man, we missed the sunset,
I'm
though.
out. Get me out. Get me out.
You want to get out?
Get me out. Get me out.
All right, brother.
Ah, yes. This is great.
You're all set, man.
The long, difficult journey seemed to be forgotten at this point. All those long days and disturbed emotions that go along with a long journey disappeared like magic.
Come here, man. Dude. Pacific Ocean.
Come here.
Let's do it. Unbelievable. Hey, you know, this is only about a week from a year, Jeff. Jeff, this is like a week from the year that we decided to do this.
Really?
That day, sitting out in Rutland, sitting in the sun, having a beer together. So let's go cross country.
But hey, we missed the sunset.
No, we're here, man. We made it. 4,000 something miles. We made it. Hey, we had to cut out a lot, but I'm happy. We're on the West Coast. We're in the middle of the West Coast. On the coast. That's not bad. Fucking A. Fucking A. There it is, man. Awesome, dude. Golden Gate. San Francisco.
San Francisco, here we come. The Golden Gate Bridge was something I thought I'd only see in movies and documentaries.
Bridge over water.
Now I was there firsthand. It's only a bridge to some, but to me, at first time crossing, it was much more. San Francisco is really a pretty city. Some friends told me to visit Haight and Ashbury streets. It was pretty much what I expected. Smoke shops and hippie culture stuff. It wasn't exactly stuck in the 60s, though. It looked more sad than that. A lot of young and old lost souls.
Drink beer out the cup.
Oh, yeah? You drink beer in the street here, huh?
Oh, why not?
Sure, why not?
Hey, brother, you spurred $2.
It's hard to tell if they were trying to find or forget themselves.
I'll do it real quick, right there.
We drove around mostly after that, seeing the sights in more or less a flash. The next day we crossed the bridge to Berkeley. We met a gentleman who gave us a lesson in the power of negative thinking.
Yes.
No.
Ask him how he's doing.
But I love everybody.
Ask him how he's doing.
How you doing, man?
Terrible. Terrible.
Well, negatives are funny. I'm a rolling example of that, brother. It's true.
Well...
There's a negative thing that happened to me, but I'm going with it, man.
Okay, so you're accepting...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in traction for 3 months, and then I read Edgar Casey, and, you know, he says, well, whatever happens, just work with it.
Exactly.
Accept it may be in some way appropriate. And
exactly. Took a while.
Then it becomes funny. Then it's like, yeah, I'm tied to the bed. Well, you know, I could still put my radio on a bungee cord and pretend I'm dancing. Mine is, at the most basic level, I feel I want to be one with everything. I feel that I'm basically miserable to the extent that I'm separate from you, that which is not me. And I feel that caring is a way to put it together. To be one with you in a total, you that which is not me in a total way. Now the opposite of caring to me is power, because by caring, I mean, I think of caring as meaning responsive, to be responsive.
Right.
Even now, the hardest time to be responsive, to care, is when we're opposite. And I feel if at that moment we can say, I hate you, F-U-C-K-Y-O-U, I'm angry and pissed, and push. So if it's a physical plain thing, like a cigarette where you don't want to give me the money,
yeah,
pushing would be a way to be responsive, even when we're opposite. And so I feel that's the way to put it together, to be one with you, that which is not me. So that's what I'm. Now I call it the Tao.
But you're striving,
my term is the Tao.
You're striving not to be apart from everybody, though.
Right. I'm trying to be one, and that means
I feel apart.
Absolutely.
I feel apart, and I'll tell you, it's only the fucking chair that does that, though.
It's fine sometimes, feeling like you can motivate people, and because they see you and know that you're going on with your life and the condition you're in. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and tell anybody that this is some kind of great life. I mean, I'm out here enjoying it. I'm doing the best I can. But, you know, it's a bitch.
Heavy. You handle it pretty good, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't for a long time.
You push.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I did it for a long time, but that's the...
Let me tell you, he's got a lot more torque than a human. Check this out. He's got some things that make sense. Some things don't. Okay.
Bob Cameron's off his face.
Thank you. See what I mean? I love to hate him, hate to love him.
Was this what I traveled 4,000 miles for? To get the meaning of life? From an aging hippie?
Hey, man. How you doing? What's happening?
Not much.
What's your name?
Sean.
Sean?
We met a Marine who had been out since February. He was searching for a buddy he served with. He explained how he and his friend were wounded and his friend ended up in a chair.
Well, what happened is we were down in South America. It's unclassified now. It was classified up to about a year ago. Huh?
What year was that?
It was last year. And we were down in the jungle and got caught between a crossfire. We had a sniper about 200 yards away up in a tree, just camoed out, and we had a 60 cal nest about 20 yards away from him, and it was just, we walked right in the middle, and I was point, and my CO got hammered pretty hard. He got cut in half, and about 3 others did out of the 8-man unit.
Jeff, being a brother in the Corps, assured me he wasn't exaggerating about his experiences.
I'm in my head now, so it's all good. This is a reminder. Anytime you get, upset or something like that, or you're feeling low, every situation you come across is significant of what would Jesus do. WWJD.
Oh, okay. He gave me a WWJD bracelet. What would Jesus do? His mom was a Christian and gave it to him when he came home from the Marine Corps. I haven't taken it off since. Made you think about America as a whole and what's good about it and what's bad about it. These people have the freedom to be walking around the streets of Berkeley and tell their opinion about things, but I'm not sure if either one of them had a place to sleep that night. The funny thing about traveling across America is you meet so many different types of people, but the truth of it is they are just like the people that you meet right outside your door. They just have different accents, slightly different backgrounds. It's America. It's a plethora of colors, and it's beautiful, it's ugly, it's all the things of the rainbow. It had been 5 weeks since we left. The miles and the heat were getting the best of us. We'd been on the road so long we were wanting for home. We were a long way away with only one more big stop. Vegas. What a city. Bright lights, commotion everywhere. We were pretty excited. We didn't do much but sightsee, and that was enough. There was a time where I swore I would never be happy. There was a time I just swore that I'd never be able to be happy again. Truly happy. I'd have moments of laughter. But I didn't think I could truly be, in the true sense of the word, happy. And I was wrong. Thank God I was wrong.
I wonder why so much pain. This situation gonna drive me insane. There's so much trouble, I can't clear my head. Gotta stop this feeling of so much dread. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance. I gotta go distance.
I think I went into this trip trying to achieve both a journey and an inner journey, to try to solve some questions about myself. Were the answers? I still don't know. Can I improve on myself? Of course I can. Everybody can. Did I learn from people I met? I think so. I did learn that I'd like to go back to those places and others. And God willing, I will. Even with my disabilities, I just can't stop. I have to keep going, no matter what. I just have to, you know, I have to go the distance.